All
right, so let's talk menopause. I am not going through menopause even though I'm hot as fuck on this stage. Why is it so hot in here? Odessa, seriously, can we turn on some air, man?
It's the lightning.
Lightning's the lightning.
Oh, that's right. Because it got hot up in Grants on the roof. Yeah, you guys heard about this storm on Saturday night. So basically on Saturday night, there was like a lightning strike and then a large boom, and then I cried because tornadoes are scary. It wasn't a tornado, but I thought our lives were in danger. So thank you, Nathan, for holding my hand while I cried it out. So we're going to talk about menopause. Not mine, because I'm not going through that yet. I mean, dear Lord, could I get there and just can this shit be over? Because periods suck. In any case, we live in January right now. We're in January.
Still.
Why is it 75 degrees in Macon, Georgia? That's crazy. I mean, I like warm weather. In any case, I lived in New York for about 13 years, and luckily, Connecticut is where my mother is from, which is just about 2.5 hours away from where I lived in New York. And so I got to know my mother's family. And my mother's family, she is one of 8 children. And of those 8 children, there are 2 boys and 5 or 6 women, my mother being one of them. So I, in my 20s, got to know my aunts that I didn't grow up with because I grew up in Southern California. And so there is this beautiful time in my life where they basically, so I grew up in Southern California, and I believe that I became an adult in New York, and part of my time in New York was also driving to Connecticut and getting to know my family, my aunts and my uncles and my cousins and all of these people that I didn't see every day as I became an adult. So I would spend a lot of time at my Aunt Denise's house, and my Aunt Denise also includes Uncle Ray. They've been married like 40, if I'm 44, they've been married like 48 years or something like that. Like, they're those kind of people. She was 16, he was 21. I mean, pedophile, whatever. I'm just kidding. They've been together a long time. I'm just kidding. So anyways, to go up to Aunt Denise's house was like going into a warm hug. So while you're growing up and you're running around New York and you're doing all these things, you know that there's always this warm space to go to. You will go to Aunt Denise and Uncle Ray's house, and there will be basically a warm hug. You'll have a beer, you'll have a warm meal, you'll spend 2 days. There'll be 15 people there just wanting to hear what you have to talk about. And on one of these occasions, I'm going to say I'm about 28 at this point, 5 of my aunts are in this one little room, and it's about this big. It's like a sunroom. They built this sunroom in their house, and it is like January 3rd or something, and it is about, I don't know, 4 degrees outside.
Right.
It's snowing. There are things happening in the world. It's quiet, it's beautiful, and we are in this sunroom basically talking and living life and enjoying each other's company, and it's all women. Well, they're all women. I'm just a child at 28, and they are women. And my Aunt Denise says, "Hey, I'm a little warm. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the door a little bit." So I go ahead and I put on a sweater. And then my Aunt Warner says, "Whew, I'm a little warm. I'm going to open up that little window a little bit." So I go upstairs and I put on some socks, and then my Aunt Lisa, she's like, "Whew, I'm a little warm. I'm going to open up that window a little bit." And next thing I know, I have socks, I have a hat, I have a sweater, I have blankets. I am in winter wear, and I have on underpants. I mean, I am just covered in clothes, and they are all wearing tank tops and cut-off shorts. They are all going through menopause, and I have lost the battle, and I had to go to bed because I was going to freeze to death. And thank you. And that is my story about menopause.